Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte tells his national political party PDP Laban to choose a winnable presidential candidate to ensure that if he wins for vice president, he will not be isolated.
I am seriously thinking of running for vice president. If I run for vice president, tapos ang presidenteng na-elect, hindi ko kaibigan, the situation would arise na sabi ko, I would remain an inutil thing there. Ito ang dilemma ko. The president that will win must be a friend of mine to whom I can work with.
In the same meeting, he endorses his longtime aide, Senator Bongo, as a possible presidential bet.
Bongo is ready anytime to... Basta he's being humble, bro. Sige Bong, magsalita ka. Huwag ka mahiya.
Go addresses the party, telling them to consider him last.
I am not interested to run for the presidency. Dahil alam ko mahirap talaga yung trabaho. Salamat. Kumbaga, yung tira na lang po yung akin. Kung wala na talaga kayong ibang mahanap. Kung maaari. Anyway, I leave my faith to God. I leave my faith to the Dutertes. Sila po ang malaking utang na loob ko po sa kanila. At sa Pilipino.
Duterte used almost exactly the same line in 2015 when he was being coy about his presidential bid. After Go spoke, PDP Laban members expressed support for Go's candidacy, including Sulu Governor Sakur Tan, Senator Ronald De La Rosa, and Presidential Assistant for the Visayas, Michael Dino. Duterte's meeting with his party mates comes weeks before PDP Laban's National Assembly on July 17. Meanwhile, other national political parties are seeking an alliance with Hukpong ng Pagbabago, a regional party founded by Duterte's daughter, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte, touted as a strong contender for the presidency in 2022. The younger Duterte has not yet announced her decision on whether to run for president next year. State Volcanology Bureau PHIVOLCS observes more phreatomagmatic activity at Taal Volcano in Batangas Wednesday, July 7. Another short-lived phreatomagmatic eruption occurs at 5:18 a.m., generating a grayish plume that rose 300 meters before drifting southeast. PHIVOLCS records another phreatomagmatic burst and weak eruption at 8:47 a.m. for 7 minutes, which generated another 300-meter high plume. It also records 2 more phreatomagmatic events at 9:15 a.m. and 9:26 a.m., lasting for 2 minutes and 5 minutes, respectively. Another phreatomagmatic burst occurs at 11:56 a.m., resulting in a dark gray plume 200 meters high. Taal Volcano remains on alert level 3 since July 1, following a phreatomagmatic eruption or an eruption involving the interaction of magma and water. As of 8 a.m. on Wednesday, the Taal Volcano network records 55 volcanic earthquakes in the past 24-hour period. Taal Volcano's sulfur dioxide levels remain high as well, averaging at 7,560 tons per day on Tuesday, July 6. The Batangas provincial government says the Taal unrest forced over 10,000 people to leave their homes. The Philippines Food and Drug Administration is studying whether or not Sinovac's COVID-19 vaccine can be used for children aged 3 to 17. This comes after Sinovac submitted a request to amend its emergency use authorization to allow its vaccines to be administered to kids. During a meeting with President Rodrigo Duterte Tuesday night, July 6, FDA Director General Eric Domingo says Sinovac wants to include children aged 3 to 17 years old in its EUA. Domingo says the country's vaccine experts may come up with a final decision on Sinovac's request within the month of July. Meantime, fully vaccinated overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, will have to undergo validation if they got the COVID-19 vaccine outside the Philippines. In a statement Tuesday, July 6, Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III says OFWs must have their proof of vaccination validated through the Philippine Overseas Labor Office in their host country. Shots administered to OFWs must also be part of the Vaccines with Emergency Use Authorization from the Philippine Food and Drug Administration or the World Health Organization. President Rodrigo Duterte is among the 37 global leaders in Reporters Without Borders Gallery of Press Freedom Predators in 2021. RSF says Duterte has been a predator since taking office in 2016, and his predatory method is total war against independent media. It also says Duterte easily imposes his line on media outlets owned by businessmen that support him. Independent media outlets have assumed the role of opposition, with all the risks that this entails. Malacanang dismisses the report, calling it baseless and absolutely bereft of merit. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque on Tuesday, July 6, claims press freedom is alive and well in the Philippines, despite incessant attacks from the president. He also says the president has not filed any libel case against a journalist and has not jailed any journalist. But Duterte has repeatedly attacked journalists and media organizations, including Rappler and ABS-CBN. These led to the government-backed filing of cases against Rappler and the shutdown of the Philippines' biggest broadcaster. Under Duterte, the Philippines has consistently slipped in the World Press Freedom Index, ranking 138th out of 180 countries in 2021. In entertainment news, Korean pop sensation BTS appears at the Louis Vuitton Men's Fall-Winter 2021 show in Seoul on Wednesday, July 7. The group announces its participation on Twitter, with its 7 members wearing pieces from the luxury fashion brand. BTS is also set to release the album Butter on Friday, July 9, along with the 3rd single off it, Permission to Dance. Butter is also the title of the album's lead single, which was released in May 2021 and has already broken at least 5 Guinness World Records. Meanwhile, American pop star Britney Spears' court-appointed attorney resigns just a day after her longtime manager quit. Lawyer Samuel Ingham gives no reasons for his resignation, but says he would continue in the role until a new lawyer is appointed for Spears. In an explosive testimony last June, the singer says the 13-year court-approved conservatorship that controlled her personal and business affairs was abusive, and said she wanted to take back control of her own life, including choosing her own attorney. Bessemer Trust, the financial company chosen to help manage her business affairs, has also asked to be removed a few weeks back.